Howdy folks, how's everybody doing out there today? This is another Bad 66 Chevelle video here. I've been working on our 302. I've been messing with it a little bit. I had looked at our coal wires here, and this piece is good, but somebody's put this end in here, so I'm going to keep this plastic in here. And I went ahead and got a voltmeter right here. And I think we're going to get this truck running pretty easy. I don't think it's going to be trouble at all, because I was wondering about this brain box over here. And I believe that box is good. Just show y'all, I got my voltmeter here. Got it set up. And I've checked it 2 ways. Now, what you got to do here is I went ahead, because I want to check and see if I got power to the coil, because if I got power there, then I know it's going to fire. I went ahead, got a key on here, so we got that on. I got a good strong battery in it. Pulled the other battery out because it's a little weak. I think it's got a dead cell, but that's our weak battery. So I'm going to probably take that battery, and we'll take it and scrap it, and we'll go get a new one. Because I want to get a new one for the Chevelle. Well, actually, I want to get a new one for this truck. And then we'll take the one that's in this truck currently that came out of that truck, and we'll probably put this in the car. We'll keep this between the car and this truck. But anyway, I got a good strong battery in it, so I know I get a good accurate reading on our voltmeter down here. And what you want to do is you want to set this to volts, like I got already. That's a couple ways you can do this on checking it. I'm just doing it this way, because I'm checking it both ways. Power at the battery and power directly at the coil. Now, you have 2 wires here. You don't want to touch this ribbon or anything. But this red one right here is power. So, just remember that. The red one is power. I went ahead and cut the other end off and getting ready to splice the new end in. So I ordered a new end from LMC truck. Because the other end, the plastic end is good, but you know, you can see you got all this where somebody's done hacked it up and everything. That's just not a good thing. That's just going to get a really crappy connection there. But anyway, ordered this. This is only like maybe $3 or $4 at the most. It wasn't much. So we're going to install this and get that put in. So this one's power, this one's ground. And the easiest way to do this is we'll just take in, we'll take our power here. See if I can do this where y'all can see. Hard to do. Let's see what I can do. Let's see. I'll put this down here. Y'all can see. Y'all still can't see it. Well, y'all can kind of see it. But anyway, watch this here. We take our red right here. We take a red lay here, and we place it on this red end piece right here. So we're going to do that over here on our coil here. Then we're going to take our other end, our ground end, and place it on the ground on our coil. So we got about 11.81 volts, almost 12 volts. But you got to keep in mind it has a resistor on this coil, so it's not going to have, it shouldn't have over 12 anyway, because it'll fry the coil. So we got good power. So I think our resistor is working good in our brain box there. And I don't think it's going to take much to get it firing. I really don't. And another way you can check it is we're going to take our black lead right here, and we're going to hook it down here on our lead on our post on our battery here. I can do this here. Get that thing to stay. There we go. Then we'll take the other end, and we're going to hook this onto our end on our coil here. And again, we have about 13 volts. If y'all can see that. So I think we're in pretty good shape. I don't think it's going to take much. So we're definitely getting power here. So that's a good sign. Now I went ahead and I fixed our end here where it was all messed up and everything. There's our end. I put a new distributor in it. And I had a time finding this distributor because some of these have a vacuum port down in here. Let me show y'all. It's down in this area, down in here, like right in there. But they have vacuum port, of course, for your vacuum advance here. Then they have another one back in there. That's for the dual vacuum. And then some of them had the steel gear, which is steel gear is for roller cams. They're the newer 302s, like I think late 80s. I know GM started putting roller cams in their 350s and 305s in about the late 80s and 90s for sure. Not all of them had them, but a lot of them did. But anyway, it was hard to find this distributor for this 302 because I needed a cast iron gear for it, and then of course I wanted the single vacuum. I didn't want the dual. Of course, if it was dual, it don't matter. Just plug it off. But I don't like that. You know, want the single vacuum. That's what it was on before. That's what I wanted to keep on it. And plus, it looks better. I don't want 50 million plugs all over the place. So we got our new distributor in. We got a top dead center down here. So all this is lined up. So that's it. I cleaned our balancer off so you can read it. The marker is right over in that area. But I cleaned our balancer off. I verified it. I took her plug out, verified it's at top dead center. So we got that good. All that is set up. We got our distributor lined up here. Let me turn the key off here. There we go. That way if it touches anything it won't spark or nothing, see? I got it at number one because number one's right here. The distributor cap only goes one way because of this. I got a new cap for it. We got a new rotor. It's lined up at number one cylinder on our cap right here. There's number one. So we got all that lined up. We got our new rotor in there. Got a new pickup coil. All that's ready to go. It's a whole new distributor. And I might have to loosen it up just a little bit to adjust the timing to advance and retard it. It might not be perfect, but it should be pretty close enough to start. But we got all this done. I'm getting ready to put our new coil on it because I was looking at our old coil, and I'm glad I did order this because I was looking at this coil. And I don't know if somebody's pried on it or what, but you see, if y'all can see that right here, like somebody tried to take a screwdriver and pry on it or something. I don't know what they were trying to do. And plus this one, I was shaking it, so you can't really hear nothing. And then we got a brand new one here from LMC, so you can hear it a little bit. So that might be a bad one. But either way, I ordered a new one anyway. It wasn't too much. And by the way, those of you that don't know, these are idiot proof. These only go on one way. See how it's got these ends on it? It all lines up with this. It only goes on one way. You know, you can't put it on like that. It's just like that. That's the only way it can go on. But anyway, getting real excited about this here. The only thing I don't like about this distributor here is I'm going to have to fix this. I fixed it a little bit, but when I put the cap and rotor and everything on it, let's see if I can get this down on there. There we go. And when I put my snaps on, the top ones are pretty good. These two are good, but the one here and back in here, it seemed like it wasn't tight enough. Cause see, I got it pretty tight now, but before you could wiggle that thing all over the place. So I took and just bent them just a little bit so it would hold it down tight. Still moving a little bit, but I'm gonna take this back off and put on the original distributor, and because it's a little bit tight on there. And if that's the case, I might just swap out these ends. Either that or I'll just bend them just a little bit. I bent them a little bit, so now it's tightened up a little bit. As far as, you know, flopping all over the place, that definitely affected firing. Which that ain't no big deal. I got that fixed pretty much. Another thing I'm getting ready to do here is we're going to get rid of some of these vacuum lines. We don't need all these lines. I'm going to order a new PCV and all this. Get rid of all this junk. I'm going to get new plug wires as well. But for now, we're going to run them because I still don't know. I've never had this motor running, so I don't know what it's going to do. You know, I don't want to find out, get it running, and something be wrong with it. Which, if that's the case, we'll just buy another 302 and put in it. Because I want to get this truck going. Even if this motor is bad, I'm still going to get another motor for it. But for now, I want to get this running. But anyway, this little update video here. We got it top dead center. We got a new distributor in it. We'll put our other end on here. Got a good hot battery in it. Let's see, what else here? I ordered the box for there, so even if that is bad, I have that to replace. I got a new voltage regulator to replace as well, and I got a new solenoid. So more or less got just about everything, even our coil, to replace our whole entire ignition system. The only thing I got to get yet is we got to get our alternator for down here, which I'm gonna go ahead and we'll probably just splice into these and put some ends on them for now, just so we can get it to run. That way we can get it to run then later on, because I believe you can order this brand new. I'll probably just order a new one because it ain't no big deal. It just has like 3 plugs on it there. You got here, then you unhook this here, and then it unplugs from your regulator right here. But I don't want to put my new voltage regulator on here yet until I get my new alternator. Once we get all that, then we'll put all that on. But I'm just glad this is fixed, because that looked bad before. And what they did is this end was fine, the one that goes into the feeds back into our actual wire harness. But this other end, it was just broken all to pieces and all messed up and everything. And even the backup is all broke up. And that's one reason why I bought a new distributor. And the other thing too, the guy that had this truck, I don't know how this motor could have run. It's no way. I don't see how it could have run. Because I was looking in our other distributor, and there's a little clip down there for your vacuum advance. I port to it right down there. See how it's got this little arm and then comes through there? Well, that's a little clip down there. Anyway, that clip was missing. The vacuum advance was off. So I don't see how it could have run. And plus, I was looking at our carburetor here. Our carburetor is missing some stuff here. We're missing a screw here. We're actually missing some of the linkage for the choke. And what was the other thing? Oh, in our vacuum, that's part of our choke, to where it runs, that pulls our choke open. It goes back in this general area. Somebody left the screws, but they took all that off. That's where this vacuum hose, this port right here, plugs up into that. But I was going to take and rebuild this carburetor and fix it. but I decided not to because it's missing stuff and it's just aggravating. So I went ahead and actually ordered a brand new one for it that I got for it. But I'm gonna try and clean it up enough to at least get it running to tell where it's firing, because I want to make sure this thing is firing. Another thing I went ahead and did too is I bypassed our transmission lines. The other guy, I wish he wouldn't have did it, but the previous owner, he took in, well, I'll actually show y'all. He had crimped the lines there. He took a pair of pliers and crimped them, I guess, so keep transmission fluid from coming out. So I just took and I didn't want to mess anything up, so I just took and cut them ends off there. I got a piece of hose and got a couple clamps, and I just bypassed this for now and just looped it around. That way it won't mess the transmission up here. But that's just temporary. That way when I start it, we can run it a little bit. But I'm planning on here soon, once we get this thing running, get it firing and everything, if it runs decent and everything, I'm gonna take and we'll take the next step. We'll get a radiator for it. We'll start getting our hoses. We'll put our new carburetor on. I might pull these valve covers off, clean them up, and paint it. Probably do the intake gaskets as well. May take it down as far as the pulling the heads off and cleaning them up, but one step at a time here. But we're going to get rid of all this junk right here. We're going to fix all this right, get our PCV lines and everything routed right, and we're going to clean it up. We might delete all this right through here because I don't think we really need that. I think we're just going to get rid of all that junk. We're going to get rid of all these vacuum lines too, because really all you really need is you need your brake booster, your vacuum advance, and your vacuum line that goes to your transmission back there. That's really all you need, because this truck doesn't have AC, so it don't have all the vents and all that run off the vacuum and all that, which is the main reason why I bought it. I didn't want all that AC crap, which I'm really glad this truck doesn't have. That makes it nice. But it's getting there. Somebody had put a new fuel pump on here recently, so we'll pull that off and we'll check it. And I'm debating about pulling this whole front of this thing off, because if I get it running and everything and it runs decent, I'm gonna probably take it and I'll put a new water pump and stuff on it, and we'll fix it up right. We'll put a new thermostat in it too. But I at least want to get this thing cleaned up enough to where we can get it running. This is a little update video here, just to show y'all what I've done so far. Been waiting on the weather here lately to break to where it would be warm enough to work on it. It's nice today. It's pretty outside. But we're going to get this old truck going here. Oh, and our new carburetor that I ordered, it's got our kick down right here. It's got this little pivot. I mean, it's basically the exact same thing as that one. The only difference is it's got the port up here for our charcoal canister, which you can see we don't have that. And even if we did, we're not going to use that anyway. We'll plug that on off. Just more emission junk. And that's another thing I don't like too, is all that emission crap. You got 50 million vacuum lines and it runs like crap. That's why I took this motor right here in this truck. It's actually a late 86 305, and it had all that emission